How's it going, everybody? Today we are back trying to survive the zombie apocalypse in Vane. Now, the last time we played, we decided to claim this farmhouse as our own. We had tons of things there, a shed with a bunch of tools, a small garden, and a greenhouse. But to actually claim the area as our base, we had to build this utility cabinet. And whenever we build this cabinet, it will keep the zombies from spawning in our house. And I actually found the perfect spot in our house where we could build this utility cabinet. So I've actually discovered that our house has a really nice basement, so I think this would be the perfect spot for us to put down the utility cabinet. So if we go into our build menu here, we can make quite a few things, including this utility cabinet, which will keep the zombies from spawning in our house. And to build it, we need some wood scrap, and then we need a hammer, and luckily we have both of these. So we are going to build it right in this corner here. Here we go. And check it out. Now, besides the cabinet, I also built or crafted a few of these storage boxes so we could put away some extra loot that we don't need on us at all times, like different scraps and tools and whatnot. But after all that, I jumped in the pickup truck and started driving around, and as I was doing that, I spotted this. Is that smoke all the way in the back there, or is that a cloud? Hold on a second. What is that? No, that's definitely smoke. Time out. Is that like a world event or something? We gotta check that out for sure. There was some smoke in the distance, and since we had a weapon with a few bullets, I decided to go towards the smoke because usually that kind of marks a world event and I wanted to check it out. Oh my goodness, check it out, it's a helicopter! Crashed helicopter, what the? Alright, yep, the crashed helicopter has zombies around it. And a piglet? The heck? Alright, check this out. A heli crash? Are we going to find some cool loot here? I do see a crate right there. Any loot in it? Military crate. It is locked and it has a very tough lock on it. Ooh. Unfortunately, we don't actually have any lockpicks. But this is good to know. If we see smoke and we have lockpicks, we can go to the smoke and try and get some loot from the heli crashes. There's another crate here. Again, locked. It doesn't look like we have any other loot around the helicopter though. That is unfortunate. Zombies. More zombies in the woods. Quite a few of them actually. Alright, well, now we know. Now we know. Well, we couldn't loot the heli crash because we didn't have any lockpicks on us, but it wasn't a wasted trip because I managed to find a SWAT vest on a zombie and I also found a fishing rod. So I immediately went back to our base to see if we could use the fishing rod, to try and catch some fish. We have a really nice pier at our base and I thought that it was the perfect spot to try and do some fishing, and we can actually fish if we have bait. So we need the fishing rod and then we need bait in our inventory, and luckily these crates on the pier had bait for us so we could try to see if we could catch some fish. You have retrieved the line. A fish has eaten the bait already. Oh my goodness, they ate my bait. You got a fish! Here we go, here we go, here we go! What kind of fish? What kind of fish? Check it out, we caught this white fish right here. A freshwater whitefish. Nice! Now we can of course cook the fish or just eat it raw if we are in dire need of food. We do need a pan or something like that to cook it up in. The game is very in depth when it comes to, survival mechanics, even when it comes to gardening. So the last time we played, we planted a couple of things, some onions and then some corn as well. And we actually have to try and take care of those plants, by watering them. So I managed to find a plastic bucket and then I used that bucket to get water from the lake and watered all the plants, to keep them in good shape. But as I was doing that... Oh no. Oh no, oh no. There's a zombie coming for our garden. Get out of here, zombie. We're gonna need to make some walls around our place here, that's for sure. Them zombies coming for my vegetables. That's right, get out of here. Alright. Trying to destroy my vegetables. I worked really hard to plant them and take care of them. Well, most of them. I did forget to water this plant right here. And I think it's kind of done for. We're not going to be able to save it. We can try, but I don't think it's going to work. Never mind. It's actually working. Alright. We saved the plant. Now, as I was getting water from the lake, I did notice that we actually had a small building on the island that's all the way in the middle of the lake, and I've been tempted to swim to the island since the last time we played, and today, well, I decided to give it a shot. Well, a few shots. On my first try, I didn't drop any of my loot in a container, and as soon as I got in the water, I fried all my electrical items, like the phone and the flashlight. On my second try, I made it about halfway there and then got way too tired and, well, we kinda ended up on the bottom of the lake. On my third try, I almost made it. I was right there at the pier, but then got too tired and ended up on the bottom of the lake. Oh no, oh no, oh no, we're right here, we're right here. We're right here, we're right here. No, 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 no. No, that's not gonna well. That's, oh no. Oh. And then on my fourth try, I remembered that the last time we played, we found an air tank and a rebreather, and with the help of those items, I was able to take breaks on the bottom of the lake, you know, get back my energy, and then swim all the way to the island. Here we go. And here we go, nice! There's a zombie there. But check it out, we actually made it! Nice, all we gotta do now is make it back after we loot this place. I did bring our weapons just in case. I did drop literally everything because this air tank is incredibly heavy. But yeah, let's take a look around here and see if we can find anything. There's a generator. Is there a boat here? Imagine. A boat would be perfect. Unfortunately, there was no boat around that island. I don't know if we can find, you know, full-blown boats in the video game or if we can craft them, but I did find this thing not too long after I was done exploring the island. Can we put this in the water by any chance? Okay, so we can... Oh no, I drank the water by mistake. That's not what I meant to do. We have a kayak, but I don't think we can actually use it, can we? Maybe later on. That'd be crazy if we could use this thing. I'm guessing, you know, with future updates, the video game will improve and we're gonna have boats and whatnot. But for right now, let's see. Do we have anything interesting around the tents here? We do have this RV, but it is actually locked. So we can't go in there. Well, at least not yet. You see anything on this zombie? So far, I haven't really found anything all that interesting on the zombies. Let's see, what do we have here? Some rotten stuff and then some clothes. And a coffee pot. Ooh. A zombie coffee pot. Should we take it? I guess we can wash it, right? And then use it. Hopefully, we're not gonna get infected. We are definitely going to try and get that RV as soon as we find some lockpicks, but I looted around that area and found a few things, including some generators, and I decided to pick up the generators and put them in the back of our truck and then take them over to our base. Here we go, and here we go. Wrong button. Hello? Oh, there's a zombie in here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god, it's a running zombie. What? Well, that I did not expect. Do we have any bleeds? It doesn't look like it. We are slightly poisoned because I drank from the lake by mistake, but it doesn't look like the zombie wounded us. We lost a bit of HP, but we're fine. The vest that we found earlier probably protected us a bit when the zombie smacked us, but when it comes to the generators, I loaded them in the truck and I took them over to our base. Now at the moment we actually have power, like the lights and whatnot work in the house, but I'm guessing then we are going to need the generators as well sooner or later. But there we have it, we are going to stop here for today. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. I hope you have enjoyed. In case you did, be sure to drop some stuff and things down below, and I will see you in the next video.